Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2013 IPC Nordic Skiing World Championships from Sollefteå, Sweden. My name is Randy Ferguson, and it's a pleasure to have you all with us once again this morning for this day of biathlon, a middle distance day today. It will be this morning our sit ski men and women, 12.5K for the men and 10K for the women, plus 4 degrees Celsius. Yes, we're still up over the plus mark, 0 mark, and it is snowing profusely this morning here in Sollefteå. So here's our start list for our men. Roland Ruppe from Italy, Eric Fraser, Alexander Kornicko, Sergei Shilov, the Paralympic ambassador for Sochi, will be 4th out of the starting block, and we'll go all the way down to our top standing athletes in the overall IPC world ranking with none other than Kozo Kubo, who won the 2 events this year that were held, one in Cable, Wisconsin, and one earlier on in the season in Vuokatti, Finland. So Kozo Kubo, already a medalist here this week, will be starting last. Then we go to the women's sit ski 10K middle distance biathlon. And we'll be starting with Maria Jovileva, gold medalist in this event from Vancouver, and ending up with Nadezhda Andreeva, a medalist this week also, and right now the world ranking leader. So as you can see there, the snow accumulating in our firing range. This on your screens is our stadium and course configuration. So it is a 2.5 kilometer loop. Once again, that leg shape showing us ascents and descents. And for the women, a slightly different course. This time we will see them in the standing group, and that will be happening a bit later on as they will descend into the cross-country stadium and the sit ski stadium, sailing up in the mountain, because we are on a mountainside, so we are staying at the top just to make things slightly easier or adapted to the sit skiing formula. There is the sit ski stadium for the women, and once again we will come up closer to the stadium instead of going all the way out and back for a 2K loop, so staggering or shortening that loop by 0.5 kilometers. Our first skier out this morning, it will be Italy's Roland Ruppe, and Ruppe is right now in the starting gate. His start time 10 sharp, and we'll be waiting for him to go. Eric Fraser from the United States of America will be second out, wearing bib number 2. So the crew's hard at work to make this a world championship course, and snow was accumulated really fast, and it's heavy, sticky snow. Well, that will be another challenge as our 4 runners are out on course, warming things up here for everyone. So there we go, another day of world championships here in Sollefteå, Sweden. We've had some great racing, some great accomplishments, with Russia, the Ukraine, and Canada picking up a few medals already this week. And here we go. The buzzer sounds for our first start of the morning. And there we go. It is Roland Ruppe from Italy, a man with 3 Paralympic medals in cross-country skiing and a bronze medal, Salt Lake City, in the 7.5K that was disputed yesterday. Now we go to the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native Eric Fraser for the United States of America. Go. Fraser, one of the newer members of the American team, finishing 12th at this distance in Cable, Wisconsin, at the Telemark Resort on January the 19th of this year. Third up now will be Alexander Kornicko from the Ukraine, LW12. that being the sports class for each athlete. Each athlete, is qualified by, or classified, I should say, by experts. And they compete together. For sit skis, it is LW 10, 11, and 12. There is a factoring percentage given to each of the different classes, hence creating a level playing field. And that's the way the timing is processed. For the biathlon here, well, it's a 5-shot, 5-target setup. And if you miss one of the targets, you have a 150-meter penalty loop to go. There we go. Looking very happy this morning and ready to fire away here is the United States' Jeremy Wagner. Wagner picking up an 8th place in Cable, Wisconsin, in this same event. So Wagner is on his way. The Americans still looking for their first medal this week at these World Championships. And now we go to the Ukraine's Yuri Kostyuk. And there goes Kostyuk right now. He is on course wearing number 6. Kostyuk was 5th during the Vancouver 2010 Paralympic Games in this 12.5K, considered the middle distance in biathlon, in Paralympic sports. Now Belarus's Yevgeny Lukyanenko. Been a very busy man this week, taking part in the cross-country events. 16th in the biathlon short distance yesterday. It's been a busy schedule also for them as they've competed in 2 events over 2 days. 7th in the 15K in cross-country skiing for Lukyanenko. Go. At the big sigh before his start is Maxim Yarovi from the Ukraine. Numerous skiers from that national team. And they've done very well this week, picking up probably our second best medal count after Russia, who's been very dominant here in the first days of competition. And talking about the Ukraine, here is their next skier out. This will be Sergei Kishnyak. Kishnyak is on course. 9th in Vancouver in this same event. '14th this year at Vucati. So right up there in the top of 15 of the sport. So once again, this will be a 2.5 kilometer loop. And every 2.5 kilometers, they will come through the shooting range, the firing range. Go. So we have now Kamil Roziek from Poland, a non-start for Sachenko. Same thing for Shilov. As he is now on course for Poland. 17th at the last Paralympic Games. Cool. Sean Halstead now for the United States of America. Next skier up. Seventh at the Cable, Wisconsin telemark event. And a man who's familiar, I should say, with podiums here this weekend. Go. as Grigory Murygin takes off for Russia. Already a gold and a bronze medal for him. Gold in the short distance biathlon event and the bronze in the cross-country sprint. Let's see how he'll fare now at this middle distance. Murygin, part of that very powerful Russian team.
Go.
And this is his countrymate, Ivan Goncharov. We should see our first skiers making their way to the firing range very soon. At least the snow has subsided a bit and the wind is much calmer than it has been over the last 2 days. As we also have a non-start for Norway's Vigve Steinar Larsen. It'll be up to Martin Flagg from Germany.
Keep an eye on the track. They're glazing. Make sure that's where you are. Knock it down.
Go.
Flagg at 13th in Vuokatti. And picking up the same rank yesterday in our biathlon short distance. Et le prochain skieur à prendre le départ de la France cette fois-ci. And we'll see our next skier getting ready to start here from France. And we will have our first athletes coming into the range, starting with Roland Rupp from Italy. He's been on the podium at the Paralympic Games 4 times, 3 times in cross country, once in biathlon. Here we go for Roland Rupp. Rupp settling in. So 3 out of 5 for Roland Rupp, meaning 2 penalty loops for him. And now Alexander Korniko as Rupp takes off. He is up and out. So for Korniko, also 2 misses. And we'll get the times after these gentlemen complete their penalty loops, as we'll have Erik Zaripov making his way into the stadium. Just off the podium yesterday in 4th place, and at the start Alexei Baychenok,
Go.
5th in Vuokatti this year. And now with 2 Americans in the range. Also from Belarus.
Go.
Now Ramil Ilaludinov, second in the IPC standings before today. And Ilaludinov, fourth in the long distance cross country, silver medalist in the sprint, fifth in the short distance biathlon yesterday.
Go.
Dimitri Laban now is on course. And we are looking at our leader right now is Alexander Korniko after 2.5 kilometers, posting a time of 10:30.4. Roland Ruppe 10:48.6 is 18 seconds behind. And now we go back to the start with Italian Enzo Masiello taking off.
Go.
And Jeremy Wagner from the US of A just going through now with one missed shot after 2.5 kilometers. He is leading here with a time of 9:42.1, the only athlete under 10 minutes at this point, and he has a 48-second margin on Korniko. And only two more skiers to go here at the start. And this man is no stranger to fame, bronze medalist
Go.
in Vancouver in this event. There's won bronze in the short distance biathlon, gold in the long distance cross country, and gold in the sprint cross country. This gentleman is on fire.
10. Go.
And now coming in and in the lead, we're looking at the Sergei Kishniak, 8:55.3, did not miss a shot. However, settling in now is Grigory Murygin. Let's watch his progression here. Very fast shooter. Perfect through here for Murygin. And he keeps on where he left off yesterday. A very, very good sharpshooter is Murygin. And we saw a few seconds ago Kozo Kubo take the start, winner of the two events this year in the 12.5K middle distance. Also a sixth place finisher in Vancouver. And right now, Grigory Murygin is 40 seconds faster than Maxim Yarovi of the Ukraine. Sergei Kishniak is third. Only other perfect shooter at this point. Kamil Roziek is presently in fifth, 9:29.5. Jeremy Wagner, the best American, sitting in sixth right now, 9:42.1. Murygin, Yarovi, Kishniak, Kostyuk, and Roziek. And a very good performance here by Ivan Goncharov, seeming to be perfect in through the range. Also, first time through. Don't forget, this is the 2.5K mark. And our women are now on course. We just saw the gold medalist from Vancouver, Maria Yovleva, go by. So Goncharov a bit slower by 21 seconds than Murygin, still perfect through the range. So it is now Murygin 8:04.5, his first 2.5 kilometer. Ivan Goncharov 8:25.5, and Maxim Yarovi 8:44.3. So there's our three leaders as Martin Flagg gets ready to take his position in the firing range. Let's see what his result will be here. So a very close race, but Murygin once again, a very strong shooter. And Martin Flagg, a perfect 5-shot there for him as he will leave the firing range and receive his time instantly. And we go back to the start now for the people out in the web world. This is the silver medalist from Vancouver and the silver medalist from the World Championships in Russia in 2011, Olena Yurkovska from the Ukraine, I'm sorry, and she won the biathlon short distance gold yesterday. Oh, ready to go here. We'll have her work cut out because she will have on her tail this lady here.
Go.
This is Ludmila Pavlenko, bronze medalist from the World Championship, so trailing her countrymate. So it is, right now, look at this score for the men as we go back to our leaderboard. Murygin has a 21-second priority on Goncharov. Daniel Knassen from the United States is right up there, a perfect trip through the firing range, 33.5. A lady who's already won a gold medal and world championship title this week and was the gold medalist in 2011 in this event, bronze medalist in Vancouver, and unfortunately a bit of a mishap for her yesterday. Tumbling out of the course is Germany's Andrea Eskau. And our last to start in the ladies group, Nadezhda Andreeva is on course. So all our sit-ski women and all our sit-ski men are on course. And we'll be following the action here throughout the morning. Still at Murygin, and look at this, Irek Zaripov has just come through. He is only 9 seconds behind Murygin, and Zaripov hungry for a medal here this week. It has been a rough go for him. The great champion from Russia is in the mix here for a medal performance. Can he keep it up? Alexei Bychenok has now gone by, only 0.5 of a second behind Grigory Murygin. Another Russian sweep at this point. And there we go. Ramil Ilaludinov is perfect through his first time in the range. And what will be his time here? Murygin 8:04.5. At 8:05, 0.5 of a second slower is Alexei Bychenok. Third, Irek Zaripov, 9 seconds behind. Ilaludinov now is in fourth. He is 20.7 seconds off the pace with an 8:25.2. And rounding out the top, a Russian 5 is Ivan Goncharov. He is 21 seconds back. So 1 through 5, we're looking at the Russian sweep right now. Daniel Knassen is the best North American in 6:33.5 seconds off the pace. And some of our sit skiers in the men's category already coming through at the 5K mark. And now Petushkov has just gone by, looking to have missed a few targets here. The two-time gold medalist and 1 bronze already this week. Let's see what his time will be. Seems he has missed a few targets, but here comes Kozo Kubo into the stadium. And Roman Petushkov is the first man under 8 minutes. So Petushkov is in the lead, so that was a perfect shot. Our graphic showing us 2 misses, but he is in the lead. Roman Petushkov has 5 seconds up on Grigory Murygin. Alexei Bychenok is third, 5.6 seconds back. Irek Zaripov is fourth, 14.2 seconds back. And now Italian Enzo Masiello is in fifth, 16.5 seconds back. So this is a close race. And Kozo Kubo is on fire, and he's going to take the lead by a few seconds here as he just gets up out of the shooting range and is going to be in the lead. Let's see what that lead time for Kozo Kubo will look like as he will go by the timing device. It's going to be very close, but he should be our leader. No, he is second by 2.4 seconds. So Roman Petrushkov, Kozo Kubo is 2.4 seconds behind. Grigory Murygin is at 5.1 seconds behind. And Alexei Bychenok is at 5.6 seconds behind. So there's that battle for gold right now, as Zaripov and Masiello looking more to be like silver medalists at this point. However, it's very early in this 15K race. And already Murygin coming through here with another perfect trip through the firing range at the 5K mark. Same thing for Maxim Yarovi, Yuri Kostyuk, and Sergei Kishniak, all looking very strong at this point with perfect trips through the second firing sequence. And now to our women, as we have Maria Yovleva, the gold medalist from Vancouver, perfect in a time of 7:56.6. Now in the range, Marta Zenulina. And a perfect firing here for Marta Zenulina as she will go through on her first 2-kilometer pass. There we are, going through there. So we will have completed 2K for a part of the women's field. And in the men's field, we are already looking at 5K results. Murygin, Yarovi, Goncharov. So Zenulina is 18.5 seconds slower than Yovleva, who was perfect also first time through the firing range. And in our men's race at the 5K mark, still Grigory Murygin, Maxim Yarovi, and Ivan Goncharov. Just a reminder, our fastest skier at the 2.5K, Roman Petrushkov, Kozo Kubo, was 2.4 seconds behind. Murygin, 5.1 seconds in third. Alexei Bychenok, 5.6 seconds. So those four gentlemen are in the run at this point for a gold medal here. Just saw Jeremy Wagner from the United States go by in sixth presently. Romain Rosic également qui s'installe ici pour la France lors du premier passage, 11e. And there we go. Olena Yurkovska has just gone through here in the women's group, silver medalist from the games in Vancouver, silver at the World Championships 2 years ago. Let's see what she can accomplish here. As Yovleva, Zenulina, Konovalova, pardon me, is in third. So now Pavlenko, perfect through the range. Ludmila Pavlenko, a 5-time Paralympic medalist in cross-country skiing and biathlon, a 2-time world champion podium member. She was the bronze medalist in this event in 2011. And in 2006 in Torino, took silver. So now setting up In the men's group, Ramil Ilaludinov for his second trip through here at the 5K mark. For our women right now, Maria Yovleva is first, 18.5 seconds in front of Marta Zinulina of Russia. Svetlana Konovalova is third, 40 seconds behind. And oh, look, Ludmila Pavlenko is 49.5 seconds behind Yovleva. And going through now at our 5K mark, Alexei Bachenok is in the lead. He has bumped Grigory Murygin by one spot. Maxim Yarovi is in third. But the lead is now growing as Murygin was 5.1 seconds off the pace at the 2.5 kilometer mark. He is already 3.8 seconds behind Bachenok, who was trailing him. Now here comes Roman Petushkov. Let's see what he'll be able to accomplish here at kilometer number 5. So there we go, looking to be one miss for Roman Petushkov at kilometer number 5. And that will cost him a bit. So we're looking at Alexei Bachenok, Grigory Murygin, Ramil Ilaludinov. And waiting still for the results of some of our top skiers here. And one of them is this man here, Enzo Maciello. I'm sorry. He was 6th after the 2.5K. And good firing by him. 2 out of 2 already. So looking like one miss for Maciello. So it is Bachenok, Murygin, and Roman Petushkov now, who's fallen 28.4 seconds behind with that unfortunate miss for him in the second sequence of firing. And Grigory Murygin, having a rough go at it here at kilometer 7.5, as he has missed, seems to be 3 targets. So we'll see what Murygin is able to accomplish. He had dropped a second at kilometer 5. But the story right now is Roman Petushkov. So we have our women's sit-ski results after 2K official with 2 misses. Yevelova is in the lead, 18.5 seconds behind Zenulina. And Konovalova is 40.1 seconds behind in third. However, the women are coming up to the 4K mark. And we will see what the results will be, as Yovaleva has just gone by, missing 2 shots. And now Zenulina is in the range. And the standings here, as we're waiting for the score by Kozo Kubo at the 5K mark. We see Zenulina lined up in the range. Maybe having an issue with the rifle here. And while we see that Kozo Kubo has gone by, he is in 5th place. 32.1 seconds behind the leader, Alexei Bachenok. Oh, interesting development in the men's race at this point, as we have Maxim Yarovi, Yuri Kuschuk, and Grigory Murygin, our top 3 at kilometer 7.5. So it's gone from great to disastrous here for Murygin, as he has dropped back. Now in the range, Svetlana Konovalova. And missing 2 here is Konovalova, so there'll be 2 penalty loops for her. Once again, athletes have 5 shots to hit the 5 targets. If you miss one, it is a loop, penalty loop of 150 meters. You miss 2, it's twice around, and so forth and so on. So Marta Zenulina is in the lead after 4 kilometers with a 15:57 time. Maria Joveleva is second, 16.4 seconds off that time with a time of 16:13.4. And in the men's category at kilometer 7.5, still Yarovi, Goncharov, Kostyuk, Murygin. But here comes the man who was leading after 5K by 3.8 seconds over Murygin. However, Murygin has hit the wall, it seems, a bit here. This is Alexei Baichenuk. And Baichenuk perfect both times through here. And Murygin, where he really got hurt was those 3 misses at kilometer 7.5, his 3rd trip into the firing range. Let's see what Baichenuk is able to accomplish here. 2 perfect shots, 3, 4, and 5. So Alexei Baichenuk still perfect through the range on his 3rd trip through here. Martin Flagg now for Germany, looking very good in the top 3. But I have a funny feeling as Baichenuk makes it through the timing, that will push Flagg into 4th. There we go. So Alexei Baichenuk has a commanding lead of 54.2 seconds as we are showing results at kilometer number 5, but we already have them for kilometer number 7.5. Baichenuk 54.2 seconds up on Maxim Yarovi. Ivan Goncharov is now in 3rd, a minute and 7 seconds behind. And right now, Grigory Murygin has dropped to 7th, 2.12 seconds behind. Maybe a bit of a fast start for him. And best North American, Daniel Knassen, the great Irek Zaripov, just squeaking into 4th now, 1 minute and 9 seconds off the pace. And Andrew Sewell from the United States is the best North American now, as he's just come up to 5th place after going 13th, 11th. He is now in 5th with 2 perfect trips through the range at kilometer 5 and 7.5. And in the women's race, Marta Zenulina, Maria Yovleva, and Olena Yurkovska, top 3 right now. And we should see them coming to the 6K mark very soon. And here comes Roman Petushkov at kilometer number 5. He had dropped to 3rd. Let's see what he's able to accomplish here. His 3rd time through the range. A game of nerves is what this is for these athletes. Having to make your way into the range, control the heart rate, the breathing, stabilize yourself, aim, and fire. The perfect example right there, Petushkov stopping for a few seconds, taking a deep breath, recomposing himself, firing perfectly at target number 5. And we'll see what his time is here. He's going to be still in the top 3. And yeah, coming through there, Roman Petushkov is now back up into 2nd place, 23.3 seconds off the time and the lead of Alexei Baichenuk. And we shall soon see the women's sit skiers coming through at kilometer number 6 of 10. So right now, our results after 7.5 kilometers, yes, for the men. Alexei Baichenuk of Russia, 22 minutes, 24.5. Roman Petushkov, 22:47.8. That's 23.3 seconds slower than Bychenyuk. And Ramil Ilaludinov is 41 seconds off the pace with a 23:056. That is our top three right now. But the battle going for gold right now between Petushkov and Bychenyuk, and Ilaludinov and Yarovi from the Ukraine battling for bronze at this point. And once again, just a reminder for the women, as we see Maria Yoveleva making her way into the firing range. It was Zenulina who had a 16.4 second lead on her at kilometer number 4, and Nadezhda Andreeva was 29.4 seconds back in third. And there we go, Maria Yovleva, the bronze medalist from Vancouver, with one miss here. So 150 meters of a penalty for her. And that could hurt her a bit because there was a very, very little gap between her and Zenulina. So if Zenulina comes in here, she will gain a bit more time once again on Maria Yoveleva. And coming in for the 7.5K shooting is Kozo Kubo, and he is back up into third. He's gone from 7th to 4th and now into third, pushing Ramil Ilaludinov. So Bychenyuk, Petushkov, Kozo Kubo are our top three in the men's race after 7.5 kilometers. Now Grigory Murygin, who had a very good start, but at the 7.5K, Murygin had dropped all the way down to 13th, and he was one of our first athletes through here at kilometer 10, so he's off for his last lap. That was his last tour through the firing range, and Murygin is taking the lead, 32:14.9, but unfortunately that will not last. Ivan Goncharov right now just coming through here. He's a full minute and 20 seconds faster than Murygin. And don't forget, at kilometer 7.5, Goncharov was 6th, a minute 7 behind Bychenyuk, our leader. So those gentlemen not figuring amongst the top at this point. Marta Zenulina is now 54.1 seconds up as we see the results at kilometer 7.5 of the men's race by Bychenyuk, Petushkov, and Kubo. So Kubo bouncing Mr. Ilaludinov down, and Sol, the best North American there, doing very good. The Americans very present with Wagner, Halstead, and Fraser also in the mix today. Coming into the range, Alexei Bychenyuk. There we are, our leader of this race. And he's going to have one more go at the firing range, looking at his watch, his timer, or possibly his heart rate monitor. Setting up here, wanting to bring those heartbeats down, or at least stabilize yourself in regards to your next sequence. Here goes Bychenyuk. Whoa, one miss. So one miss for Bychenyuk, but he did have a pretty good cushion over Petushkov at the 7.5K mark, which was 23.3 seconds. He is going to really have to ski himself into the ground right now to make it to the finish line. Oh no, he goes down. He goes down in the corner. Alexei Bychenyuk probably feeling the pressure right now. Oh, that's going to cost him. So Bychenyuk really struggling here to stay composed and calm and hopefully win a gold medal here. Or will Roman Petushkov pick up his 4th medal and his 3rd gold of these world championships? Now Ramil Ilaludinov in the range. And he's perfect out of there. So Ramil Ilaludinov right now can gain some serious time. So Alexei Vaichenyak has a 27-second lead at the 10K mark over Irek Zaripov. Ivan Goncharov is third, 34.1 seconds behind. Andrew Sewell still looking very good. And Ramil Ilaludinov has now taken the lead by 1.8 seconds. But his marksmanship, his firing has been perfect. He has not missed one target, so 30:18.9 is the time to beat at the 10K mark. And now in the women's race, we are looking at the 6K mark. Marta Zenulina has a 54-second lead, commanding lead over Maria Yovleva. Svetlana Konovalova is in the third, a minute 21 behind. So it is a battle much more for silver here in the women's race at this point. And now Roman Petushkov, perfect through the last trip to the firing range. Let's see what it will be time-wise. Will Petushkov be our new leader? He knows he has it in him today. Ramil Ilaludinov, his countrymate, very, very fine here. But Roman Petushkov has taken the lead and by 23.3 seconds. He is now in the lead after 10 kilometers and one more loop to go. Petushkov, Ilaludinov, Vaichenyak. And now in the range, Ludmila Pavlenko. She was 7th at the 4K mark. And missing one here, Ludmila Pavlenko, as she's back on her way. So Zenulina Yovleva, Konovalova in that order. And here comes Kozo Kubo to the firing range for one last try. And Kubo at the 7.5K mark was third, 29.4 seconds off the pace. And this is the question, can he change the look of the podium here? Will it be an all-Russian podium, or will Japan get another medal from this great skier, Kozo Kubo? And we will soon have some finishers here as they are making their way to the line. So Kubo setting up in the range. Kubo has to be next to perfect here. And there we go, but you can tell by his time, he is a bit off right now. It is not going to be sufficient for him, as crossing the line right now, Grigory Murygin just came through the line here. He will set a reference time, 38:39.0. Yovaleva also coming up here near the finish line to the range. Alexander Korniko is in second. Ivan Goncharov has just gone by, 37:25.4. That is the reference time. So leading right now, Ivan Goncharov, but at the 10K mark, it was Petushkov with a 1.8 second lead on Kozo Kubo. So with the factoring in, Kozo Kubo is right up there with Petushkov, and Ramil Ilaludinov is in third, 23 seconds behind. So this is going to be quite a battle in the last 2 kilometers between the Russian Petushkov and the Japanese skier Kozo Kubo. Wow. So the leader right now at the finish line at this point, Ivan Goncharov. But that will change, believe you me. Yuri Kostyuk, third with a time of 39:11.3. Sergei Kishniak is presently fourth with a time of 42:09.2. But the battle for gold happening behind once again between Roman Petushkov and Kozo Kubo. Right there, Alexei Bechenok, number 22. Irek Zaripov, number 21. And Bechenok, who for 2 laps held the lead, unfortunately right now has dropped to fourth. However, he is in the running for a bronze medal with Zaripov also right up there, and Ramil Ilaludinov especially. And finishing will be Kamil Roziek from Poland. He is fourth right now, a time of 41:56.7. Martin Flag coming around. And here we will have the finish of Alexei Bechenok. Martin Flag 38:30. Alexei Bechenok 36:45.3. Irek Zaripov presently second, 37:18.1. But we are looking for numbers 26 and also 27. Ramil Ilaludinov now coming up. And Ilaludinov wearing number 23. What will be his time? He's going to probably take the lead for now. And yes, he has taken the lead. 36:44.3 is the time to beat for a gold medal. But will that be sufficient for Ilaludinov to pick up the bronze here today? As yes, it looks to be that he's beaten Bechenok by 1 second. Bechenok, who was his greatest adversary at this point, and now coming through, he is pushing it to the limit. This is Roman Petushkov, knowing that he may have another gold medal title in his grasp. He will come around this corner. Every millisecond will count here as Petushkov crosses the line in a time of 35:56.9. And now it is the waiting game. After he is given everything, all he can do now is hope and pray that he is given the all-out maximum effort to win a gold medal World Championships here. But it is without a doubt that he will sit there and mingle over the performance of the Japanese skier Kozo Kubo, that he knows was only 1.8 seconds slower than him at the 10-kilometer mark. And for our women, once again, Svetlana Konovalova is now in the lead at this point with a time of 31:51.2. As we see here coming into the range, Nadezhda Andreeva and Petushkov right here in the finish area. His eyes are set on the finishing line, looking for the purple skin suit of Kozo Kubo. Et maintenant, c'est Romain Rozic qui s'amène vers la ligne d'arrivée. And sitting down, or I should say laying down now, is Nadezhda Andreeva in our women's race. She is now at the 8K mark, alors que Romain Rozic termine ici chez les messieurs. And the wind picking up again here in Sollefteå. And there goes Andreeva. She needs a good firing sequence here and misses 2 as not what she wanted, because she had dropped to 6th place at kilometer number 6. So right now we have Svetlana Konovalova, Olena Yorkovska, Maria Yovleva, and it is a battle for gold between Konovalova and Yorkovska. And the bronze medal is the affair of Yovleva right now, looking to pretty much have it under control today. But the battle we are now looking for will be that of the gold medal. And here comes Kozo Kubo, giving it all he has, the power of those pushes in these last few meters. He's been told, he's been coached that he is in contention of a world championship today. Petushkov looking on and wondering what will the Japanese skier be able to accomplish today. The time to beat, 35:56.9. Here comes Kubo, and his time will be, 36:11.8. The gold medalist and world champion Roman Petushkov of Russia, as Kozo Kubo loses some ground here, 14.9 seconds behind at the finale. But still another performance here that will gain Kubo a spot on the podium at these World Championships. What a battle between the men here in this middle distance biathlon event here in Sollefteå. So our standings in our women's event, as we see now, Maria Yovaleva, who's in contention for a bronze medal today, blowing around that corner, head into the wind, as the wind is head on right now. So she will set a reference time 38:20.4. 38:20.4 for Maria Yovaleva, who after 8 kilometers was in 3rd place. And now Sean Halstead for the USA completing his journey here. Dimitri Laban 14th in the men's race. And a good performance by Andy Sewell, the best North American in 8th. And Enzo Massioli. So Massioli ending up in 10th. The time of 38:31.6. So in the women's race, keep an eye out for bib number 34 and 36. They had a 9.6 seconds split or spread at the 8 kilometer mark. And here comes Svetlana Konovalova, giving it all she has. You can just read the pain on her face. With the snow that has fallen, has made things a lot more difficult for these athletes today. And she comes squeaking around the corner as her countrymate is right there with her. Kuznetsov right there, and Konovalova is presently 2nd. She has lost some serious time here, as Maria Yovaleva really gave it her all, gaining a full 26 seconds on Konovalova. So we may have a new battle here for gold, as we are still looking for Olena Yurkovska of the Ukraine, who was 2nd last time around. And now coming to the finish line will be Marta Zenulina, who for a while figured amongst our top skiers, and she is squeaked into 3rd. Full minute and 14 seconds behind, and there we go. Olena Yurkovska is the world champ, as she has just posted a 38:11.8, and she picks up another title for the great skier from Ukraine in Olena Yurkovska. What a ski for her, as she won the short distance biathlon yesterday. She is right in the mix and picking up her 3rd medal of the week here at the World Championships. But more importantly, a hard-fought battle for the 1st place and a World Championship title for Olena Yurkovska, as I do not think that either Pavlenko or Andrieva will have enough in the tank for an immense comeback and a win here today in Sollefteå. Amazing performances once again. Petushkov, Kubo, Ilaludinov, our podium in the men's sit-ski 12.5 kilometer race. Best North American in 8th place, Andy Sewell, 2.28 behind. Murigen there, 11th. He'd started off with a bang, but unfortunately faded as the day went on. Romain Rosy, 14e pour la France, 3.31 du meneur et gagnant. And going all the way down to our 23rd place, Roland Rupp from Italy, running into some shooting issues, missing 10 targets there. Yes, 10 targets. So that's almost a kilometer of skiing added in penalty loops. And that will cost you. So there we see the replay of Roman Petushkov coming into the range, having to be perfect all along the line here through the whole race, missing one single shot, and that was his second time into the range. So Roman Petushkov doing it in style with a time of 35:56.9 to claim his third title of the week here in Sollefteå, Sweden. Precision, and we saw him during one of his trips into the range after 4 perfect shots just simply take a stop, a big breath, and composed himself, stabilized himself, took that last perfect shot, and he was off for the win here today. But a very hard-fought battle by the Japanese skier Kuzo Kubo, who was at the kilometer number 10, was but 1.8 seconds behind. So that still was an amazing feat by the Japanese skier. So back to our women's race, as we still now see a few more skiers coming in, led by number 39 here. This is Nadezhda Andreeva, 7th at the 8K mark. She will pull in 5th here. And Andrea Eskau, the world champ from 2011, is 4th. So for Andrea, a climb from all the way down in 7th and stabilizing in 4th for the defending world champion and Paralympian. Number 37 crossing the line, Ludmila Pavlenko. And this will not be Ludmila's day to shine, as she had won bronze in 2011. Today, ending up in 7th place. One more skier to go. It'll be Germany's Anja Wicker. And our next start is scheduled once again for 11:55 Central Eastern Time, or the time here in Sweden. So we welcome the world once again to Paralympic Sports TV on YouTube.com. My name is Randy Ferguson. It's great to be with you all here, the world watching. And all eyes will be on Russia very soon. And they have been on their athletes definitely this week, as they've performed very, very well. The athletes are making their way to the Paralympic Games test event in a couple of weeks. And some Ukrainian skiers now warming up. And they'll be close to home, wanting to perform very well. And the wind very present. It was pretty calm this morning. Then the snow started to fall, the wind started to blow, but apparently from the local club members, this is typical Sollefteå winter weather. So Sverige, Sweden welcoming the world for these World Championships. And we will be going right through to the 5th of March, taking a break on Saturday. But we will be live every other day. So here we are, our final results for the women's sit-ski 10 kilometer. Olena Yorkovska picking up another title, 8.6 seconds faster than Maria Yoleva of Russia. And Svetlana Konovalova picking up the bronze here today. So 2 more medals for Russia, 1 more for the Ukraine in the women's sit-ski middle distance biathlon at these World Championships. And I think we have Eva down at the finish line with our interview for the winner, Olena Jorkovska.
Olena, 2 gold medals in a row. How does that feel?
Ну, если честно, я не ожидала на вторую золотую медаль, потому что сразу же после старта я чувствовала, что очень тяжело шла. И всю дистанцию я даже третьей не была, то есть, можно сказать, до сих пор пока еще не верю, что я первая. А так замечательно.
To say the truth, I can't believe by this time that I am the winner, because right from the start I could feel that I could ski very hard. The skiing is very hard, and I even wasn't disturbed during the race. That's why still I can't believe in this.
So you're saying the slope was very difficult today because of the snow. How did it feel like during the race?
Ну, как я уже сказала, после того, как стартанула, очень тяжело шла, и снег свежий, то есть это немножечко не моя погода. Я люблю, когда глянец такой, когда очень скользко, тогда я как бы немножко побыстрее еду.
To say the truth, this is not right my weather, because the fresh snow is not the best for me. I prefer to have the very slidey, very slidey surface, but I did my best.
Congratulations, that was the best.
Thank you.
So thank you very much to our friend Eva. I'm meeting with Olena Jorkovska, our second gold medal for her this week. And we welcome now to the finish line Anja Wicker from Germany. So Anja completing the event with a 42:20.2 on our clock. So Wicker clocked at 42:20.2 and will be our final skier in this women's event. So Olena Jorkovska, as we mentioned, picking up her second gold this week at these World Championships, and doing it with a fantastic style and shooting. And Jorkovska having to deal also with a few misses, missing one target on fire in sequences 1, 2, and 3. She was clean on the last one, and it was just enough to squeak by Maria Yoleva and take the gold medal here today. Well, our next racing sequence will start at 11:55 today, and that will be our middle distance 12.5K free technique standing men and women. The women taking the start at 12:05, and right now the teams will start zeroing, and that will last till about 10 to 12. Some of our friends from the Sochi delegation, a smile for the crowd, and we will also have some athletes warming up here and zeroing in for their event later on this morning. So folks, we're going to take a short break here from Sollefteå, Sweden. Please be back with us at 11:50 Central European Time. My name is Randy Ferguson. We'll see you for our next event coming up in about 45 minutes time at the 2013 IPC Nordic Skiing World Championships from Sollefteå, Sweden.